Today, we're going to learn that the sum of n terms minus the sum of n minus 1 terms are equal to term n. Now let's go and see what I mean. Today, we are going to learn a very important concept and we are going to look at the following arithmetic sequence. Now, what if we want to get the sum of the first 5 terms? Well, we're simply going to add these 5 numbers together and we get an answer of 85. Now, if we get the sum of the first 4 terms, we simply add these first 4 numbers together and we get an answer of 56. Now, look at this. What do we get if we take the 85 and we minus 56? Then we get an answer of 29. Now, which term in this sequence has a value of 29? Well, the 5th term. So this brings us to a very important idea. So here we go. The sum of the first 5 terms minus the sum of the first 4 terms gives us the value of term 5. It gives us term 5. So let's look at another example. The sum of the first 11 terms minus the sum of the first 10 terms gives us term 11's value. So let's look at one final example. What will we do to get term 32? Well, we will simply say the sum of the first 32 numbers or terms minus the sum of, yes, you got it, the sum of the first 31 numbers is equal to term 32. And that is it. So let's go and look at an example. Apply what we just learned. We want to calculate the 23rd term of the series if the sum of n terms are given by Sn equals n over 2 and in brackets 5n plus 9. So this is the sum of formula for this series. Now, we cannot simply go and calculate the 23rd term by finding the constant difference because we don't know what the series looks like. But because this is the sum of formula, we can make use of the sum of an amount of terms, okay? So let's see what I mean. We can simply say the sum of 23 terms minus the sum of 22 terms is equal to term 23. And that is what we want to calculate. Now, the only problem is we want to know what is the sum of 23 terms and we want to know what's the sum of 22 terms. But that won't be too hard because the sum of formula is given to us. So we make use of it and then in the place of n, we simply put 23 to find the sum of 23 terms. And there it is. So let's do the calculation and the sum of 23 terms is equal to 1426. Now we do exactly the same for the sum of 22 terms. So in the place of n, we put 22 now. And to calculate the sum of 22 terms, we simply do the sum and we get 1309. Okay, fantastic. So now we can simply say the sum of 23 terms, which is 1426, minus the sum of 22 terms, which is 1309, will give us term 23, which is 117. So term 23 is equal to 117. And that is all there is to it. So I hope you could follow and see you next time. Bye.